After the aliens invaded New York, after a nuclear missile almost jeopardized everything, after the Man of Armor himself saved the world, Tony Stark couldn't sleep because for the first time in his life, he realized he wasn't the biggest thing in the universe. This is a film that stripped Tony out of his armor, pushed him to his psychological breaking point, and asked one important question: is Iron Man the suit or the man? What's up, everyone? My name is Nate, and on this 14th episode of the Road to Avengers Doomsday, we're going to take a look at Iron Man 3, released in 2013. Following the massive success of the Avengers the following year, it became a huge global phenomenon. The MCU had a new challenge, and how do you do that? Iron Man 3 became the first post-Avengers solo film. The stakes are completely different. This wasn't about providing the universe that worked. Tony Stark had faced gods and aliens, and it broke something barely inside him, something that some audiences can really relate to, especially for myself in this movie. Instead of bringing back Jon Favreau as director, although he would reprise his role as Happy Hogan in the movie, Marvel hired Shane Black, known for his sharp dialogue, crime thrillers, and character-driven action films. So Shane Black, who best known from playing Hawkins in Predator in 1987, he put Iron Man 3 a darker tone, Christmas setting, detective storytelling, witty rapid-fire banter. Iron Man 3 doesn't feel like a traditional superhero film. It feels like a Tony Stark thriller. Black understood that the suit wasn't just a story, and that was the trauma itself. Iron Man 3 is the first MCU film to openly deal with PTSD. Back in his mansion in Malibu, California, Tony is building dozens of Iron Man suits. He's experiencing panic attacks, obsessing over protection, and he's really afraid of another invasion. For once, the villain isn't just external, it's anxiety. Robert Downey Jr. delivers one of his most grounded performances of the role. Less swagger, more vulnerability. This isn't the same confident genius from 2008. This is the man shaken by what he's seen, following his act in the Avengers. Iron Man, the movie delivers some of the most creative action in the trilogy. There's so much, like the Air Force One rescue, the Malibu Mansion attack, and the final House Party protocol. So, kicking things off with the Malibu Mansion attack, like I remember watching this, I was like shocked to the core, like how much action and crazy stuff that was happening. Tony feels like overpowered, outgunned, and is desperate. It's one of the few times we see Iron Man as so overwhelmed. Shane Black balances practical stunt work with CGI spectacle, giving the action weight and personality. Of course, not just Robert Downey Jr. delivering some great acting, there's also Guy Pearce, plays Aldrich Killian, a man rejected by Tony in the past, back in 1999. Killian represents Tony's arrogance coming back to haunt him. He's not just a villain, he's a consequence. Pearce plays Killian with charm, ego, and simmering resentment. In my opinion, he fits well with the story. He is what Tony might have become without growth, and I gotta give props to Guy Pearce for his performance. Now we gotta talk about one of the biggest twists in MCU history. Ben Kingsley's Mandarin is introduced as a terrifying figure. He is cold, controlled, and unpredictable. And then this comes like the biggest reveal that left so many fans disappointed, including myself. He is Trevor Slattery, an actor, a fake. This was twisted by fans. They were betrayed. And yeah, I can relate to them. The Mandarin is one of Iron Man's most iconic villains of all time. And here it was just a performance. And personally, it was pretty bold. It fits Shane Black's theme of illusion versus reality. Tony hides behind the armor. The Mandarin hides behind fear. But yes, it disappointed fans who want to see the real Mandarin. Still, Kingsley's comedic performance as Trevor is hilarious and memorable. And I do gotta appreciate the tone of how this movie does. Really great. Along with the supporting cast, Gwyneth Paltrow is given more agency than ever before. She's not just in danger, she fights back. and her extremist power moments in the final battle show her true strength and growth. Also, Don Cheadle as Rhodey, he steps into the Iron Patriot armor, which is like a American style of an Iron Man armor. Pretty cool design how it was made. It reflects America's branded with heroes, and Cheadle continues to bring more ground realism to the franchise and the MCU as a whole. Lastly, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan. His injury early in the film adds emotional stakes and personal motivation for Tony. The bold decision that Iron Man 3 makes, removing the armor. Tony spends so much time in the film without access to his tech. Like after his escape from the mansion, he goes to a high place, he doesn't even use his armor. He has to rely on intelligence and raw determination, and the film argues something very powerful. Tony Stark was always the hero, and the suit was the tool. Lastly, at the end of the movie, Tony Stark destroys all his Iron Man suits. He removes the arc reactor. He says he's done, at least for now. Iron Man 3 feels like a conclusion to Tony's solo journey. It closes the trilogy without a bigger explosion, but with growth instead. Now in conclusion for Iron Man 3, it is one of the most deliberate films in the entire MCU. Some people love the psychological depth, but others dislike the Mandarin twist. But what can't be denied? It gave Tony Stark dimension beyond the armor. It showed his fear, his guilt, his need to protect the world at all costs, and those traits would define the path all the way to Endgame. The road through to Avengers Doomsday is just about battles. It's about the scars heroes carry. And Iron Man 3 gave Tony one of his deepest ones yet. And yeah, I was impressed how it was done. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like and subscribe, comment, subscribe to any reviews, and tell me in the comments below, did the Mandarin twist work for you? This is Nate Reviews, and the road continues.